Good evening and welcome to another, well, not so planned fishy adventure. It's blowing a hoolie tonight and there is no one around. I don't blame them, to be honest. It's absolutely pissing it down. It's windy. It's everything you don't want it to be when you're fishing. But I've decided to quickly pop out and just have a little jig. Found a pier with no one on it. To be honest, I've been to 2 piers tonight and there was no one on them. One of them was quite windy, so I decided to come here. And as you can see, it's proper drizzling. I'm proper soaked already. I've actually been here for about half an hour. And I wasn't initially going to film. I was just going to, just fish. But fishing's crazy, like really crazy. I'm so glad nobody's here as well, so I can have it all to myself. Now, I've been fishing for no more than half an hour and I have a big bucket of squid already. I've got some really nice ones in here. Nice size. And I actually had that one and this other good one on a 2-jig rig, double up. I think I might turn my camera on. Really lovely squid, nice size as well. 2-jig rig, just to start the video off. It's blowing an absolute hoolie. It's rough, crazy weather, but I'm picking them up and it really put a bait in my rod. I didn't get any of it on film. As I say, I've only just got the cameras out, so I think I've got 7 squid in there in half an hour already. Falling to the 2-jig rig, 1 rattle, again as always on the bottom in the murky water, and a flasher. And yeah, it seems to be working, so let's get more squiddy. I've got this GoPro on here, I'll talk you through what I'm doing, and let's have some fun. This is where I'm fishing, all the way down there. What I'm doing is literally casting my jigs into this area here because the wind's coming across and then they're slowly just blowing across. Lovely, just sinking really slow. And again, as I was saying before, I'm using the 2-jig rig. That is a YOZURI flasher and that's a Berkley rattle. Both kind of the same colour, both red. And I'm using this wool to kind of cover me from the rain. Now we're probably in between showers at the moment. It's actually just kind of cut off. So let's get this flicking. Yeah, boy. Let some line out. Let that get right down to the bottom, or at least on its way down there. And I'm just letting it do the work until it kind of goes tight on my rod tip. It's really good to use braid as well because you get most of the feeling. And this is kind of how I've been catching most of the squid this evening. Sometimes you feel a little jolt on your rod tip. Sometimes you don't. Right, that's quite deep now. So I'm just reeling tight into it. Because of the wind blowing this way, I've got my rod kind of at an angle as well, so, and I'm just raising just a tiny bit, just letting it go again. Raising. The squid have been chasing me all the way up. So I'm just letting it sit there and I'm kind of just teabagging it on the surface and they're just coming up and bang. Don't know if you can see all the little fish like grottos. And I think I've just cooked my first squid. It might be very small. Just reeling it in slowly. Wow, there's loads of squid around. Did you just see that dart? Oh, there's a squid right down there next to my lure. And he's just grabbed it. There you go, you see that? That's nuts, right down below. Right underneath me. Just gonna let him pump till I know he's actually on the hook. Because they've got a tendency at the moment of just grabbing the side. There you go, got another one. Just reel that in slow. Let him squirt a bit. And there you go. Little small one, do the dance. But loads of them just came out of nowhere. Perfect, little small one. If you actually look at him, he's kind of changing colours where the pigment in his skin is probably dying. He's probably having his last breaths, to be honest. I'm really sorry, bud, but crazy little creatures. Can go as fast backwards as they do forward. Pretty mad. I don't know if that's a fact, but they can swim forward and backwards pretty quick. Pretty cool looking creatures. That is a perfect bait for a ray. 2 of them for an eel. But yeah, great little. Again. Now that time, you can see all that ink around that area. I don't know if you can see it, but one came after me and shot off that way. And there is ink just everywhere. Plenty of squid here tonight. Again, I'm just flicking it up, giving it line. I've caught squid on the surface, but I prefer to bring in my lure up away than down the way, if that makes sense. On the retrieval, bringing it at that kind of angle up, I kind of like. With the braid as well, you can kind of feel everything. Sometimes when it's a little bit more windy, hold your line like so, making sure it's tight, and you'll feel little flicks and pecks. I love the initial hit of the squid. You're kind of just, you've either tugged up and you've just felt a pull down, or you've tugged up and then you're letting your line drop, and then when you wind into it, bang, heavy. And you kind of know when you've got a good one, or when you've got two, you get a really big arc in your rod and really slow pumps. What I've been doing is I've been casting there, I've gone for a cast out there into the darkness kind of area and just let that come all the way through. Keeping it on the bottom. Hopefully we can get a bigger one. This kind of pier though, there's quite a bit of reef over there in the darkness, but in this area it's a channel to where the boats come in further around that way. So this is kind of a sandy area, more reef around that way. I prefer when I'm fishing a little bit of reef underneath where there can be bait and fish and crabs and all that kind of stuff. But here it's more open, so the squid are probably in and around chasing grottos and shrimps and things like that, but we'll see. What I do like to do is, you've probably just seen, cast my lure out, let some line out, and then just put my rod down, walk away, do something. It's just letting the jig just fall. It's just a lovely, easy, lazy technique, but it works. Just got to be careful. If you get a big one, or you get two big ones, your rod could be like this, and then it could just bend over, and if you're not around, then you're in trouble. I think I've got a squid while I was actually doing that. I think it might be small. Yeah, I do. He's only lightly hooked, but another little dancer. Just while I was having a play and showing you the lazy way of squid fishing, there's the second one. He's just giving me a little juice up, mate, but welcome to the party, bud. Whew, inky hands. Always good to kind of put your squid in the bucket. No ink, no evidence. If there's ink around, there's evidence, but if there's ink in your bucket, that means no one knows you caught them. Now tonight would have been perfect for the float setup as well. I could have fished it really deep, probably out there in the darkness, right down in the bottom with a bit of mackerel. 1, I don't have any mackerel. 2, I don't have that rod. 3, I don't have a float. 4, I'm doing this. So unexpected session, to be honest, but come out between the clouds and just enjoy myself. Rain's just starting to come again, so use this wall to protect myself. Come on, squid gods, give us a big one. Sometimes when you have seen squid around, what I like to do as well is just hold the lures on the surface, as you can see, just around, and then just let them quickly drop right down the wall. If a squid has kind of chased you from the darkness all the way around, it's not taking it, more than likely they'll just sit around in these areas in the darkness a little bit, just waiting to see if anything happens. And lots of squid I've had over time is from dropping it back down and a squid's actually grabbed it, and just bring it up really slowly, and you might actually see one come through the layers and go for it, but not this time. Oh, there you go. Oh, look at that, right behind me, and he's grabbed it. I'm just going to drop it again a bit more. Wow, that couldn't have happened any better. There's a squid around me. He's going to take it in a minute. He's got to. I'm unsure why he didn't take me there. Absolutely nuts. Let's drop that down again and see what happens. We'll get you in 5 minutes, mate, don't you worry. There's a squid on me right now, small one, baby. Loads of grottos just dancing around here in the tide. Sometimes I wonder what actually brings them here. Are they eating little fish because they're splashing around on the surface? Right, it's gone a bit quiet. I might change the squid jig over. Right, this is the rig I've been using, the 2-jig rig, and it's gone a little bit quiet. Now, I think I'm gonna stick with the rattle, but what I'm gonna do is I am gonna replace the favorite YOZURI, but for another YOZURI in a different color. Out with the orange and yellow, and I'm gonna go with the orange and see-through, but this one's got reflective inside it. This one's a real flasher. Tell you what though, filming with this camera, yes, you, is really hard in the rain. I don't know how this footage is gonna kind of come out, but hopefully it helps someone along the line that's got a pier near them, like so, kind of knows what's on the bottom around them, what they're kind of looking for, and you can kind of use maybe these techniques to catch some squid. Everyone loves a bit of calamari rings, and it's cheaper to get your own than get them in a restaurant. This Berghaus is kind of had a few seasons. Yeah, it keeps me pretty dry, but for what it is, it's quite a thin, so you have to wear a couple of layers underneath like a jumper. Wouldn't be out here in just a t-shirt and a coat. But yeah, it's done its time, it's served its time. So anyone recommends a thin waterproof jacket that you know, serves well, do me a few seasons. As I say, I'm fishing bass, everything, and when it's raining, because it rains quite a bit in Jersey, something that's thin that you can recommend, that's, yeah, lightweight, thin, and pretty waterproof. This was waterproof once. Just had a tap there on the rise. There was kind of a little bit of tension on it. More than likely that was a squid grabbing onto it. Well, no, if you let your rod, if you've had a hit, just let your rod still. Usually if there is one there, it will start a pump. It's quite a slow man's game. Very slow and edgy and boring. But when the squidding is good as it was before, tell you what, it was good fun. I wish I had my camera on me, but there's a big squid next to me, just followed me up. Here we go. Why does he not want it? Come on. He came right up to my jigs and then left. Very strange. There he is. He just came up after me again. Oh. What the hell, man? I'm so surprised there's no one down here. Well, the change of jig, there you go. One's on me on the drop. Wow. Saw those mullet. There's a squid around me right now. What the hell is going on? Messing with my head. Oh, just got I actually felt the hit go through the rod. Oh yes, there you go. Oh, quality. Oh, he's nice. Oh yes, he's nice. Big bend on the rod. Oh, he came off. That was a big squid. See him squirt his ink. No, no. But going back, I felt him hit the lure. He must have come at that quick. There was a doof through my rod. Wow. He was the nicest squid I've had tonight. Definitely. That was probably the biggest squid I've seen tonight. It Didn't actually know it was quite hooked. I felt it. I was just jigging away really slow on the bottom and I actually felt a hit like a wrasse. Quick, bang. And then left it, bang, came again. I was bringing it in really slowly and it didn't pump at all. Got to the surface and that was it. Went bonkers and it came off and it was a really good one. But they're all going for the rattle. Even though I've changed over to the orange, they're still going for the rattle. Oh, I just had another one of those hits. Right down deep and right down on the bottom. Oh my God, what are they? There's about 10 squid around me. Wow, I've never seen anything like it. He's grabbing my line. Oh my God, there's loads of squid. There's about, can you see him? What the hell? I hope you did see that. Out of nowhere, like 5 squid just attacked me. And then one grabbed my line and not the lure. Yep, there's one behind me now, he's got me. Yeah, oh. Yeah, I've got one. Oh, he wants me, he's hungry. What's going on? Right, what I'm thinking of doing is putting a small jig on. The last blast. The ones at the start were just taking my... The ones at the start were just banging and taking it straight away. This group that's around is being finicky, so I'm going to go for the rattle and then a small. Well, actually, maybe we'll take the rattle off and we'll go a silent and a small. I've got a squid on me straight away. Nice one as well. Here he comes. There's 2 really nice squid down there. He's going to attack me. Oh, he's got me straight away, I think. Right, I've changed over to the small jig as you've seen, and the squid are already on me. And I'm finding if I'm just slowly bringing it in, they just chase me. I can't believe I'm the only person here, to be honest. I know it's a really rough night, but there's a massive squid down there. Oh my God, he's massive. Gonna take the rattle off. I don't know if it's putting them off, and then I'm gonna go back to the red. Sorry about the view in that, it's literally lashing it down. So, oh, a big squid on me, really big squid. Oh wow, don't know if you can see him, he's really big. Come on, baby. Oh, he's got me. He's not got me well though. He's just got the body. Come on. Yep, I've got him. Oh, he's a nice squid. Oh my rod. What's just gone on there? Lovely. I actually changed over from a big one to a small one, and they've kind of really taken a bit of a liking to it. They're going for this one first, but in the end he went for the red killer. Lovely crazy patterns and colours on it. Look at it changing. Yeah, boy. And due to the bucket, we've got quite a nice load there, to be honest, so I might have one here again. Oh yeah, definitely have got one. Oh, he's off again. Oh, he's got it again. Definitely got it again. Here we go. He's trying his best. Oh, there you go. Well, I've been trying to catch another one just before I go, and as you can probably see, it's lashing it down. And finally, I've got one more squid. A nice one as well, not as big as the one I've seen before. The one I've seen before was double that size. The changing of the lures has worked tonight. I was getting loads at the start on a 2-jig rig with a rattle and a YOZURI. Then they kind of went off the bite, off the chew, and I went to a smaller jig and just a silent, so everything was silent, and then they started coming back on the feed, chasing me all over the place. Great fun, especially in the rain. Couldn't think of anything worse than sitting on a sofa tonight when it's lashing it down. But squid have been on the bite. It's been really good fun. Hope you've learned something on the way, all the small little techniques and methods that I've been using. But all in all, great fun. Really good to get a couple of squid, eh? Beautiful. Well, like I was saying before, the fishing tonight has been pretty great. It's been a good little session. Come on, mate, let go. And had a few nicer squid there as well, probably the size of a jig. But yeah, really good little session. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These perfect for bait. These ones really good to eat. Good little session. Lures of choice have been this little beast, YOZURI Flash. You can see the colour on it is incredible, especially under a light. Always the rattler. Didn't have anything on the chameleon today. Didn't really need to use that. That's for when it's a little bit heavier, but it might have worked, you never know. But yeah, it's been a great little session. Plenty of food there, plenty of good fun. Right, that's the session over. I'm going home. Everything is super soaked, so I'm gonna have to dry that when I get home. Lures are away, rods back in its place, GoPro batteries, but a nice big bucket of squid, and that could be you next. Just go slow, change your lures up, mix them up, and we've got a lovely feed there. Let's go.